You know, Carl Sandburg's poem about fog, it's, that description is exactly like fog. What he says, loneliness is like that. You don't expect loneliness. It creeps up on you. It sits there on quiet haunches and silently moves on. When the first realization of loneliness hits you, you have no experience in how to deal with loneliness. You don't. You haven't been there. But now you're there. So what do? It's part of the human experience. It is. Loneliness will come to any age group. Any age group. You can be lonely as a child. Think about children who are lonely. Teenagers. They're coming into their own, trying to establish friends, and those are years of rejection. And all of a sudden, you know the pain of rejection, the pain of your quote-unquote peers looking down their nose at you because you are different than they are. You don't have the same likes, dislikes. Never mind, by the time you reach the elderly stage, you've already lived your life. You've already experienced the wounds. You've already experienced the rejection. I'm always on the outside looking in. It makes no difference what night of the week it is, or you can be isolated on your job, in your marriage, in a crowd. So there are so many colors to loneliness, and the cause. There's so many colors to the cause. So, and as many reasons for loneliness, there probably is that many ways to counteract it. I think that in the context of loneliness, and if all you have to look forward to is surviving, that's kind of dismal. I mean, come on. That's nothing to get up in the morning for, just to survive. I mean, what kind of impetus is that for life? Just to survive. But I know realistically that is a lot of people's life, just to survive. You know, in my little world, I pity that experience that people are enduring. I do. The only way I knew to combat what I saw was an enemy was to find somebody else who had a greater need than me. You know, sometimes in your journey of life, you're focused on yourself, and you lose sight of somebody else's need. I'm going to be honest, that's kind of selfish. But when you are confronted with a need that you don't know how to help, you get real honest about life. So I started looking for somebody that I think I had pity on them, because their plight was greater than me living alone with only the walls to talk to. And I started bringing people what I could, like a loaf of homemade scratch bread, or I don't know, homemade pie. I did what I could, and that helped me. It helped me. It helps me today. And I know that my loneliness is, well, it's relieved because I have reached out to somebody else that had a greater need than me. I look at loneliness and I say, yeah, you may still be here, but whatever I can do to mitigate, to assuage that pain, I make a decision to look beyond myself, to find somebody else with a greater need, and I help to soothe their pain. And in doing so, I soothe mine.